Every school has one. The student everyone knows. The one surrounded by friends in every hallway photo. The one everyone else quietly wishes they could be. But popularity comes with a price almost nobody sees from the outside, and almost nobody warns you about from the inside either. This is the life of the popular kid. Level 1. Becoming known. It starts small and almost always by accident. A funny comment that gets repeated by someone else. A post that catches on faster than expected. A shot made at the buzzer in gym class that half the school somehow hears about by lunch. Nobody plans the moment it happens. It just happens. And by the following week, people who've never spoken a word to this student suddenly know their name. At first, it feels like nothing but good news. People wave first in the hallway now. Group chats multiply overnight, half of them with people who were strangers a month ago. Invitations start arriving every weekend. Parties, hangouts, group projects where everyone conveniently wants to be on the same team. Teachers recognize the face before they even open the attendance list. Nearly everything said out loud gets a laugh, whether or not it was actually funny. By the second month, the numbers say everything the student hasn't fully noticed yet. Dozens of new contacts, hundreds of new followers, a phone that never really goes quiet. It feels less like something they built and more like something that simply started happening to them. And for a while, that's exactly what makes it fun. The locker becomes a small physical proof of it, covered edge to edge with sticky notes, birthday cards, photos from parties that happened faster than they can be remembered. Strangers in the hallway start greeting them by name before ever being introduced, as if popularity comes with its own kind of pre-installed friendship. Nobody sits them down to explain that all of this arrived faster than most people build genuine trust. It just keeps arriving, and there's no manual for pacing it. Level 1. Becoming known. Age 13 to 14. Popularity 18% to 62%. Friends 7 to 40 plus. Confidence 89%. Level 2. Living under pressure. Somewhere around freshman year, the fun starts quietly changing shape. Everyone expects something now, all the time. Funny every time, confident every time, available every time for every group chat and every invitation. One off day, one bad photo, one comment that lands wrong, and it doesn't stay private the way it would for anyone else. It becomes something people discuss without the student even being in the room. Sleep gets shorter. Screen time climbs past 8 hours without anyone really deciding that should happen. It's just where the notifications lead. In the bathroom mirror before school, there's a new kind of checking, not vanity, more like inspection, making sure the version of themselves walking into the building today matches the version everyone expects to see. A single unflattering photo, posted by someone else without asking, can undo weeks of careful image building in a single afternoon. And somewhere in the middle of all that attention, a colder question starts forming. Dozens of names in the phone, dozens of people who'd say hello in the hallway, and only a couple who'd actually notice if something was wrong. Being surrounded by people, it turns out, was never the same thing as being known by them. Some of those friendly faces want the popularity nearby. Some just don't want to be the one standing alone. Very few actually want the person underneath all of it. At a party that should feel like a reward for all of it, the popular kid finds themselves performing a version of easy confidence, laughing on cue, keeping conversations light, steering away from anything too honest, because 40 people are watching, and 40 people is too many to risk one real, unfiltered moment in front of. Level 2. The pressure. Followers, 820. Trusted friends, 2. Stress, 68%. Sleep, 5.4 hours. Level 3. Losing yourself. By 16, something quieter starts slipping. Clothes change to match whatever's trending in the group. Interests get dropped one at a time if they don't quite fit the image everyone's used to. Opinions get softened before they're said out loud, run through a filter that asks not "is this true?" but "will this still be liked?" None of it happens on purpose. It happens the way water shapes a stone, slowly through repetition, until the version of the student walking through the hallway is mostly built out of other people's expectations rather than their own preferences. The approval rating stays high, something else quietly drops without anyone noticing the trade that was made. The hardest audience, it turns out, isn't the school at all, it's the mirror. Somewhere in trying to stay likable to hundreds of people, the popular kid loses track of whether they still like the person those hundreds of people are actually looking at. A weekend alone, once rare and mildly uncomfortable, starts to feel like the only honest hours of the week. No audience, no image to maintain, just whatever's actually true without an approval rating attached to it. It's a strange realization to sit with. The version of themselves that feels most real is the one almost nobody else ever gets to see. Level 3. Losing yourself. Age 16 to 17. Approval 95%. Authenticity 41%. Hidden truth. Here's what almost nobody tells the popular kid. None of it was ever really planned. Popularity, most of the time, starts by accident. A moment that catches on, a personality that happened to fit what people wanted that particular year. And once it starts, it runs almost entirely on momentum, not intention. Very few popular kids actually chose this. Most of them just got picked, and then spent years managing something they never fully signed up for. There's a quieter cost hidden in that accident too. The more people know your name, the less of anything stays private, and the less room there is left for an ordinary bad day. A bad day gets discussed in group chats you're not part of. A rumor spreads faster than the truth ever catches up to it. Privacy, the thing almost nobody misses until it's gone, is usually the very first casualty of being well known. And underneath both of those truths sits a third one, rarely said out loud. The popular kid is often just as unsure as everyone else in that hallway. The difference isn't confidence, it's an audience. Uncertainty performed in front of 40 people can look identical to confidence from the outside. The feeling underneath it is often exactly the same as it is for the kid sitting quietly 2 tables over. Reality check. Here's the part that surprises people expecting a simple, happy ending. Switching schools, quitting the group chats, or just being yourself doesn't instantly fix any of this. The loneliness inside a crowd doesn't disappear the moment it's noticed. It takes real, deliberate effort to tell the 2 trusted friends from the 40 familiar faces. And that sorting process is uncomfortable, sometimes for years, full of awkward conversations and quiet disappointments along the way. Some people who seemed close for seasons will quietly drift once the spotlight dims even slightly. And that drift stings exactly as much as it would for anyone else, popular or not. And even after the popular kid starts choosing authenticity over approval, the old habit doesn't vanish overnight. The instinct to check a room's reaction before saying what's actually true sticks around long after the crowd that built it has moved on. Growth here doesn't look like a single dramatic exit from popularity. It looks like slowly, repeatedly choosing the 2 or 3 people who'd stay even if the followers didn't. There's no clean moment where the popular kid announces they're done performing and walks away to applause. That would be its own kind of performance. Instead, it happens in small, undramatic decisions. Skipping a party to actually rest. Telling one close friend something true instead of something impressive. Letting a photo go unposted because it doesn't need an audience to matter. None of it trends. All of it counts.
Ending reflection. By graduation, something quietly settles. Nobody's still counting who had the most followers freshman year. Nobody really remembers every party, every trend, every group chat that used to matter so much. What lasts is smaller and far more specific. The 2 or 3 people who stayed through the parts that weren't impressive at all. The popular kid finally learned something that took years and hundreds of followers to figure out. Being liked and being known were never the same as being respected. Somewhere along the way, the locker full of notes gets packed into a box. The group chats go quiet one by one, and the follower count stops meaning anything at all. Popularity fades the moment everyone moves on to the next school, the next group, the next person to watch. Character doesn't.